Hey everybody, welcome back to the EQN Sports Desk. I am sitting here with Cheryl Chown, and we're talking about the Tres Osos Derby right here. You are the boxing champion in the non-pro, but you two hold them in this deal.
Yes, sir.
First and second?
Yes.
Won you what 14-5 or something?
Yeah, something like that. It was a good day.
Pretty good day at the
Yes,
races,
it was a
huh?
good day.
All right, so talk to me a little bit about, you were telling me a little bit, in the Derby and the non-pro boxing, they can be 4, 5, and 6s,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, all the other derbies are for 4 and 5-year-olds, but they added an extra year for the boxing.
Gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about your horse, Hipster.
Yes.
6 years old.
Yes.
Talk to me about this bugger.
He's really beautiful and super athletic. I love him on a cow. He's really strong in all three parts. But he's real quirky. He's not for everybody, but we love him. And he's so fun to show on a cow.
Yeah.
So fun.
We've got to talk about it. We've got to.
It's fine. It's fine. It happens. It's fine.
So we were just talking about funny stuff here and talk. So they're giving you the awards.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, I rode up and I saw, like, when they come with the big check, they saw he wasn't digging that, so they took that
And
away.
you're horseback at this time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, of course. And they handed me the bag, and I hung it on the saddle horn. And
Just like a bag of goodies, like your
just small
championship
little-
bag.
Yes, I mean, it wasn't this big thing with noises or anything, but I don't know. He just thought it was going to kill him,
He
I
thought you
guess.
put a snake in the
And
saddle.
he whirled around and spun and bucked and kicked and then ran off all
Hot
the way
lap.
around.
You were just doing
It was-
just doing your victory hot lap.
I mean, he touched all bases on it. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Yeah, there was a moment there I didn't think I was going to make it.
You said you
so-
thought he might come back and jump over the awards table.
Well, he was headed towards it when he was whirling and bucking and kicking out. He was headed towards the awards table, and I said, "Watch out!" Amongst all the other things that were happening, and then I knew when I got clear down to this end of the arena, I thought this isn't going to end till I get this bag off, So
Yeah.
I finally got the bag off, and he stopped bucking then, but he still was running really fast. And I'm a barrel racer, so I am familiar with fast, and this was fast.
Yeah.
And I got him pulled up clear over on the other side of the arena about halfway down.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Just lost his mind for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, he did. I'd like to give you a better reason, but I'd say he just kind of lost it there
Yeah.
for a minute.
They've all got their thing.
Yeah.
You made a great
Yeah.
point. I was telling you about my old calf horse. He was outstanding until somebody handed you your rope king,
Yeah.
and then they just went crazy.
Yeah.
But when they quit doing that,
Then it's time to get off of them. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a kid's horse, he's not. No.
well, so. Tell me about it. Your main deal was rodeo and barrel racing
Yes.
for a long time.
Yes,
huh?
that's what I did for over a half a century.
Yeah.
Was just that. Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Were you did you breakaway rope at all?
Oh
or
yes,
did
oh
you-
yes, roped. I grew up. My dad and my brother roped, and we
Mm-hmm.
had a saying at my house that you roped or you died working the chutes.
Oh boy, so
Yeah,
you roped.
we roped.
You roped.
Yes,
absolutely.
a lot,
Yeah.
a lot.
So where did you grow up?
Colorado.
Colorado?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And where are you guys now?
We live in Gainesville, Texas.
You're in Gainesville,
Yes.
yeah. All
yes.
right, right down the road.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Robert's your husband?
Yes.
Training a little bit. So you got a barn full of them right
Yes,
now?
he does. Yes.
That's
And I
awesome.
keep him real busy.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you showing barrel horses at all anymore?
I have one left. I
Do ya?
scaled it down, and I have one that I raised and trained. And actually, my daughter Riley has him right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got the one.
So why cow horse? What you said you did it years ago, and then
I did it briefly 1 year down the fence 20-some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I never got real serious into it. I was rodeoing pretty hard then, but I did
Sure.
do it that 1 year. And then, I don't know, it was a funny time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter had left and went to college. And
Mm-hmm.
She's an only child. My mother had been sick, and I'd taken care of her, and she'd passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a bad time in my life. And we had a mare that had been in our barn with some good customers for years, and everybody had won on her, but she was to the end of her career, needed to go be a brood mare.
Okay.
And I bought her. I always loved her, and it was almost June, and I was like, I don't really want to breed her this late and start her career out that way. And so I said, I'm just going to play on her a little bit at the ranch. And that's what started it. Was I had so much fun with her, and then we were like, well, she's not sound enough to go down the fence. Why don't you roll back and do the boxing? And let's just go to a little show. And here we are. That'll be
Really?
8 years this June. Yeah. So that's what, and you know, just Robert and I, we have a great marriage, but I would go rodeo, barrel racing, whatever. I'd go one direction, he would go
He'd go
another.
the other, yeah.
And this is the first time really in our 35 years of marriage that we are doing an event together.
How cool is that?
It's great. It has been one of the best times of my life.
Really?
Yes.
That is so good
yes.
to hear.
Yes. And we, you know, the whole trainer wife thing, we get along great. When I decided to do it too, I have so much respect for him, and he's just such a good trainer and such a good coach that I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to respect you, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm not going to get upset, you know, if you get
Which
after
is
me
tough.
because I want to win. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
We see that all the time.
It's
That's
very
hard.
rare. And then the flip side of it is when you start a new event, when you're over 50 years old, you know, when you've done other things your whole life, I said, if I'm going to go down there and bust my rear every day and try my guts out, you got to respect that too.
Sure.
You got to respect that I'm trying
Yeah.
to learn a new event at this stage
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah.
And that's our relationship as far as trainer wife. And I mean, he turns back for me, he does it all.
That's
I
great.
wouldn't even, as much as I love this, I wouldn't do it without him.
That is so cool
Yeah,
to hear.
yeah.
Well, that is so cool to hear. And then here you come out and you guys win the boxing. It's got to be pretty special, and it's got to like a little sentimental right there. I mean, here you are, just
Absolutely.
8 years into it, and I mean that's cool.
I'm so grateful for any success that I've had in it, you know. But
Yeah.
the Derby here was, it was just like there was some really big milestones for me. Like on him, I marked a 219 in the herd work, and he's so good out of the herd. And I've had some good runs on him, but I've never felt like I completely put it together like I knew he was capable of. And we did that day, and I was so happy. I mean, however it kind of would have ended, that herd work run
You were
was
good.
just, it made me so happy. But I don't take any success or win or anything for granted because this is just hard, and
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and I love the everyday riding. You know, I'm very competitive. I think we know that, but I love the everyday
Still
riding.
a fan of the horse.
Absolutely.
Still a fan of the horse.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to relive it?
Sure.
Should we do it? All right.
As long as I don't have to ride him through the
we
victory
will
ride
not
again.
give you the
I
awards.
wouldn't even, yeah.
So talk to me. Walk me through all this.
This
right
was
here.
a lot of cow, and he kept coming at me, and he didn't really weaken, and that horse just kept holding that stop and coming through himself, and like here, this cow tries to kind of cut back on me, and I gave a little ground and stopped him and turned him, and see right there, he keeps coming at me, and those are the hard ones when not that they're just testing you, but when they keep charging at you. But
Absolutely.
then right about here, he said, "I've had about enough," as far as coming at me. And then I got to get closer and break him down a little bit. But yeah, it was a little touch and go there at first,
Yeah.
because he really came at me strong. But that horse is just so phenomenal on a cow, and just
You're
kept,
right, a good-looking rascal,
isn't
huh?
he? Yes,
Oh,
he's
man.
very pretty,
Yeah.
very pretty. And you can see the minute I was done, I turned around and looked at my husband in the stands.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool. So he's a metallic rebel by Hip Hip Saray.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great mare that
Yeah.
Rock and B
Yeah.
own that mare now, and Riccardo Suave and a bunch of good horses are out of that mare.
Yeah, absolutely. So that horse has won 186,000, or you've won 186,000. That horse 20,000 right there, and then 14,500 on your combined win on first and second. Let's talk about your second place horse.
Okay.
So Velvet Elvis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Velvet Elvis.
Oh, Velvet. That's a pretty cool name.
I know it. I know it.
What's that horse?
He is a dual smart ray.
Okay.
And he is a 5-year-old now, and he's actually extremely quirky also. And in many ways, I feel like he's maybe a little more quirky than Hipster, but I don't know. They're close, you know,
Yeah.
neck and neck there. But
You might want to split them up in the barn because I think they're talking
yeah, no
about it is
kidding.
what the deal
No
is.
kidding. Everybody laughs though, except for my bridle horse. If they're not quirky, they're usually not in my string, and I don't know what that says about me. But you know,
I mean, I'm not saying there's a
yeah,
consistent
there is
deal
a-
here. Yeah,
there is, yeah. But he's a fun horse. I I always laugh about him because I always say that he kind of tries to like dash my hopes and dreams before I go in, because he usually doesn't warm up real good, and he makes you think that
This is going to be terrible.
this is not going to go well, and then he shows really good. So now
So it's
I've
like a
showed
surprise every time.
It is, and now I say, I showed him through his. Well, I showed him his 3-year-old year and his 4-year-old year, and now he's 5. And I said, if he warmed up really, really good now, I would be nervous, because that's just kind of his thing, But he's a cool little horse.
Awesome.
He is. I like him too.
Well, congratulations on a great day. I mean, not only coming in there and winning it, but then first and that's a good day at the race.
Thank you. I'm very, very grateful.
So
very grateful.
which horse did you show first that day?
I showed in the boxing part.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
showed Elvis. In fact, Robert was cutting in the other
Mm-hmm.
arena, so he didn't even get to.
Oh, didn't get to help you.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't get to. But he marked a 220 and a half.
Yeah.
So I drew a real good cow on him too. He didn't charge me like the one on Hipster did,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but he was
yeah.
a good cow. And that little horse really worked good,
yeah.
And I didn't know, I knew that Hipster was going to have to really draw to
Mm-hmm.
beat him, because they went into it, I think, I don't know, half a point or a point apart
Sure.
to start with. And well, then they kicked that one out. I was like, oh boy,
Here
we go.
Here we go. Well, that's all. So I got to ask you a question, kind of going back to the barrel racing
'Kay.
side of it. So this whole NRCHA deal, I've told everybody that come up here, so I'm on the team roping side of it.
Yes.
That's my whole world, has been the rodeo on the team roping side. You were in that whole world forever. This is cool over here.
Yes, very cool.
It really is.
Very cool.
What would you say to that person out there that knows nothing about the NRCHA and the cow horse world? What would you tell that person that's like, hey, it looks neat over there, but it's not my wheelhouse? What would you say to that person?
First, I think that the group of people, they're so supportive, and I feel like the cattle keep everybody humble and somewhat on a even playing field.
Sure.
I don't know, but there's just a lot of true cowgirls in this, and when you are dealing with that many, times you have to work cattle, it's just not always going to work out. I don't care how good you are. But I would tell them that, first of all, the people are wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging event. You have to learn to do basically 3 different stages of it if you do an aged event or a
Sure.
spec, where you add the herd work. But it's fun. I mean, I'm not going to say that running down the alley at a major rodeo is not a super big adrenaline rush.
Or backing in the box
it
for a ton
is,
of money.
yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, I ran at Albuquerque one year, and the big screen TV, but the walls were literally shaking because they had the rock music up so loud. And I mean, if that don't pump you up, you don't have a heartbeat going on.
Yeah.
So, that part is really, really fun. But this has its adrenaline rushes also.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
Absolutely.
I love the cow horse and the people at the NRCHA. Very much so.
That's sure what I'm seeing. What a
Yeah.
great group of
Very
people.
supportive.
Very
they'll all
supportive.
help you.
Yep.
It's, and I'm personally, I don't take competition personal. I don't try to beat a certain person.
Yeah.
I just try to go do the best I can
Yep.
do myself, and that's going to end up where it ends up.
Absolutely.
But the people here they're just very helpful, very supportive. It's
Very
a good
cool.
group.
It sure
Yeah.
it sure seems that way, and I say it seems that way. I know I have so many friends running around here, and what a great group. And I might have to start riding cow horses.
I think you should.
Gosh
I
dang
think
it.
you should.
Hey, look, watch
I
him
mean,
go.
if you got a bag, I'll let you ride Hipster later.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go grab my rope bag and we'll just climb on a hipster and see how it goes.
Well, and when Robert, I told him, I said, you're getting on him first after all this. I'm not doing it. And he gets on him and he goes, hey, would you hand me my coffee? I said, absolutely not. I will not hand you your coffee. Not today. He goes, oh, yeah, that's right. That's probably not a good idea.
Let's just go lope some circles
Yeah,
real
exactly.
quick.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much, and congratulations on a
Thank
great
you.
day. And
Thanks.
congratulations on a great career. I love hearing that about you and your husband. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
it's all about.
Yes, it is. It's a good time. It's a good time in life.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, once again, we're bringing you all these great stories from here, the NRCHA, the Cow Power Celebration of Champions, and, of course, first and second here in our boxing class and in the non-pro derby, brought to you by our friends at Trace Osos. Everybody, we got more stories coming from here at the NRCHA, the EQN Sports Desk. I'm Drew Stew. On behalf of Cheryl, we'll catch you in a little bit.